This is the Manga Xanadu Manga Dome podcast. I am your host, Laurie Henderson. Join me on this journey into the world of manga, where a river of reviews flow through caverns of commentary down into the latest news. Welcome to the Manga Dome. Episode 71, The Problem of OEL Manga. This week's manga. This week, there are some titles to get excited about. Kodansha finally releases officially The Heroic Legend of Arslan Volume 1, the fantasy series being adapted by Hiromu Arakawa. Chapters have been going up on Crunchyroll, but the first volume is now available in print. The second volume of Attack on Titan Before the Fall also comes out. I'm very interested to see what happens with Kuklo and Charlet, and if their plan to escape works out. Vertical has the last print volume of Chi Sweet Home, Volume 11. We'll see until Kanata takes it off hiatus next March. That's a long time to go without any Chi. In the news, the Code Geass franchise never gained much traction here, especially the manga, sadly. But in Japan, it has gotten plenty of spin-offs. The most recent is the Oz, the Reflection spin-off series, which follows Aldrin Zevon, a girl who pilots the KMF Lancelot Grail in the Glinda Knights unit. The first manga series ended last month with 4 volumes. A new series, Oz the Reflections 2, starts next week in Kadokawa Shoten's monthly comp Ace. I really liked the Code Geass series and collected several of the manga, including the Knights and Queen anthologies. So I wish we could get more of these spin-offs. This series in particular sounds really good. Several titles have announced the end is in sight for them. Sankarea, published here by Kodansha, was originally slated to end in November. It has moved up to September, where it will end in Besatsu Shonen Magazine, September 9th. Kodansha Comics has released 8 of the 10 currently available volumes. Manga creator Oima has never been shy about saying when her title, A Silent Voice, would end. It has now been confirmed by an editor from Kodansha's Weekly Shonen magazine that it will end on November 12th. It will be 7 volumes. Crunchyroll released the series digitally first, but Kodansha Comics just announced it at San Diego Comic-Con for print. Working is a title we've only seen the anime for, streamed on Crunchyroll and released by NISA. But the manga it's based on has been going for 12 volumes and will end with the 13th in December. It's a slice of life about high school freshman Sota Takanashi, who works a part-time job at a restaurant with some strange staff members. Small but elderly Popura, androphobic Mahiru, cheerful Yachiyo, stoic chef Sato, gossip-loving cook Soma, and the glutinous lazy manager Kyoko. Maybe with the final tally, this series will be ripe for licensing. Finally, Attack on Titan will be ending in 3 to 4 years. Yep, there are several more volumes in this title's future. Editor Shintaro Kawakubo said in an interview with the University of Tokyo newspaper that the serialization is slated to end in 3 to 4 years. I must admit I'm glad there is an end in sight. With a title as low on hope as Attack on Titan, I don't think it's one you want to go on for decades. And really, could the story support it without changing completely into something else? On the lighter side of the news, Japan's Silky Pork Company has created a marketing campaign around Bishonen, including a manga. 4 Men of Pigs, the Silky Porco story, follows Silky Porco, a pig farmer in Italy who sets out in search of the pig of happiness in accordance to the legend of Porco House as passed down by his ancestor, Susu Porco. He must find the 4 men of pigs and unite their power to find the legendary pig of happiness. The manga is available online at the Silky Pork website, and 3 chapters are currently up. Yeah, only in Japan. The Top 10 department. At FizManga.com, new releases push out some of the old new releases, starting at the top. For the week of August 12th, 2014, it's another new top title. Dead Man Wonderland Volume 4 debuts at number 1. Itsuwari Bito Volume 12 debuts at number 2, along with Magi Volume 7, which debuts at number 3. Bleach Volume 61, last week's number 1, falls 3 to number 4, while the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Double Tap continues with Volume 11 coming in at number 5 and Volume 12 right behind at number 6. Rosario Vampire Season 2, Volume 13, falls 5 to land at number 7, while Naruto Volume 66 holds steady at number 8. Dead Man Wonderland Volume 3 returns at number 9, and One Punch Man Volume 3 jumps in to end the list at number 10. New releases do it again as they take the top spots. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure continues to have the bizarre power to have 2 new volumes come in together and land next to each other. Few of the other titles with double volumes on the list have been able to do that. Dead Man Wonderland does do a nice book ending with Volume 4 at the top and Volume 3 at the bottom. Over at the New York Times bestseller list, a really odd trend continues. For the week ending August 16th, 2014, there's a new title on top. Crimson Spell Volume 5 debuts at number 1. Bleach Volume 61 jumps up 8 places to come in at number 2, as Dead Man Wonderland Volume 4 debuts at number 3. Fairy Tail Volume 41 takes Volume 40's place as it comes in at number 4, while Loveless Volume 12 debuts at number 5. Food Wars Volume 1 moves up 1 to number 6, while Attack on Titan No Regrets moves back down 5 to number 7. Rosario Vampire Season 2 Volume 13 falls 7 spots to land at number 8. Dragon R Academy Volume 3 falls 3 to number 9, and Attack on Titan Volume 1 hangs on with its titanic fall of 7 spots to end the list at number 10. I can't believe a BL manga has done it again, but Crimson Spell is from Viz's Sublime imprint, and this is the second time at least that one of its titles has not just hit the top 10, but the top spot as well. Yen Press has been completely ousted from the list again thanks to Viz, mostly with the publisher taking 6 spots. Kodansha is in second with 3, 2 of which are Titans, and 7 Seas' lone Monster Girl title. With more from 7 Seas out this week, it's going to be interesting to see if it can get any company. The problem with OEL manga. OEL manga and the problems its creators run into has recently returned to the spotlight. Sparkler Monthly, a digital magazine, started its second year of publication with a very sad stat. For most of the first year, they ran with less than 100 subscribers. The magazine was created to fill a niche and a need, give creators influenced by manga a place to tell their stories, as well as a place for readers to find stories with a female gaze slant, something the editors felt was lacking in the Western world. As part of the drive to get more subscribers, a post written by Becca Hilburn of the Natto Soup blog resurfaced, discussing the problems that creators like her, who like and want to draw in a manga style, face both from the industry and fans. It's rather extensive, but the biggest problem seems to be that fans don't support them. Manga fandom is predominantly young, and is filled with fans that say they are artists and want to draw their own manga. The problem is, of course, they don't want to read anyone else's manga. The whole, it's not real if it's not from Japan mentality has kept a lot of creators from being able to make a living with their chosen style of art. And because fans won't buy the US-made titles, publishers won't support them. All of the manga publishers that took a chance with US creators have either gone out of business or stopped. Tokyopop, Del Rey Manga, and Yen Press stuck their necks out the furthest in the field. Few finished their OEL series, and fewer still took a chance on more. Yen Press had the best success by adapting already well-known YA novels such as Maximum Ride and Twilight. As is pointed out in the post, there's a continual elitist attitude among fans about manga-influenced titles created by Western artists. They are seen as inferior, which is funny since, as the post points out, these same people want to be creators as well. It's the same people that want to read manga for free online, but then cry foul when no one wants to support their comic. I'll admit to falling into that trap when Tokyopop's OEL program started. Many of the creators were unpolished, and was learned later, few got the guidance they needed to polish up their work. I've since grown to appreciate manga drawn by anyone from anywhere. China, Korea, Japan, Canada, or New York. It doesn't matter. In the end, it's the story that matters, not where it was created. I want a good story that suits my taste, which is why I joined Sparkler around the 2nd or 3rd issue. They promised stories catered to me. I was really disappointed when Dire Hearts went on hiatus. While I do enjoy prose stories, I'm really a manga fan at heart. There have been a few short stories to fill the gap, but no real ongoing series until this second year with Windrose. I really encourage you to read Becca's blog post and then really think about why it is you wouldn't want to read an OEL series. Is it the art? Attack on Titan is a mega seller, and I wouldn't call that art good. Is it the story? There are some really great stories out there, but you've got to give them a chance. OEL manga isn't imitations or fake. They are the natural evolution of kids who have grown up with manga and want to create their own. You shouldn't have to go to Japan to be recognized in your own country as a creator. We as fans need to stop holding creators up to some imaginary standard. If you want to sell your own work, you have to support others and help create the market that will in turn buy your work. No amount of daydreaming or wishing is going to make it happen. Sparkler Monthly is the first magazine in a long time who wants your stories and art, but it could be the last if they don't get some support. Become a subscriber and take advantage of the great perks, such as special forums to talk with editors and other creators to make your art and stories better. Don't let this opportunity go to waste. Thank you for listening to the Manga Xanadu Manga Dome podcast. You can find links to the stories and books discussed here in the show notes at manga.jdragononline.com. You can email me with any questions at xanadu@jdragononline.com or leave a comment on this post. Rate me on YouTube and follow me on Twitter at Manga Xanadu, all one word. Until next time, farewell from the Manga Dome.